Good afternoon to all. Hope all of you are sitting in your seats, kind of welcoming into the presentation. Hayley Grzych and myself, Jeannie Delpit, are going to have a couple more seconds while our friends enter this wonderful webinar on Passiflora Quilt-Along. So as we are preparing for that, we'll just chat for amongst ourselves, Ms. Hayley. But Hayley, thank you for your time to present this information this afternoon. And as we mentioned momentarily, we're still seeing quite a few people entering. Give you a few more seconds and then we'll kick off the presentation. So while you are coming into the presentation, as I mentioned, Hayley Grzych, our educator with us for almost 4 years now from the New York area, New York City, will be sharing some exciting new things about this new Quilt-Along project. So while you're watching the presentation, there's going to be on the right-hand side of your screen, let me see if I can get you down there. Yes, you're going to see a sidebar. Now, right at the bottom of the sidebar, you're probably going to see something that looks like a handout. Let me just move this aside. This little handout right here. You do have a handout, and Hayley has provided you with the Passiflora Quilt-Along color mapping. So if you click on that, you should see it. If you don't find that handout, don't worry, because Hayley has a way to provide that for you down the road. There will also be a poll that she has a question to ask of you later on. But if you are not seeing something, if your screen goes a bit funky, don't disconnect. Just exit the presentation, use that same link, come back in. 9 times out of 10, the problem that may have been, it's be something hanging up, your computer doesn't want to process or move forward, you should get back in just fine. So at the bottom, please though, if you see that you have a question, just right here, the question mark, type your question in. I keep that dialog box open, and we had some great questions this morning from our first presentation that we may share some answers with you today. But at the end of today's presentation, Hayley will be given those questions and answer what she has heard or what I've been seeing come through. So without further ado, I'm going to hush what I've got to say. And Hayley, thank you so much. I'm going to let you take it over from here, make you our little presenter for the next session. Have a good time.
Thank you, Jeannie. All right. So first of all, thank you, Jeannie, for helping me today, and thank all of you for joining me as we introduce this new Quilt-Along for the BERNINA blog with WeAllSew.com. So this is the Passiflora quilt. It is a quilt that I designed, and we're going to spend the next few months putting this together. The finished size on the quilt is 84 by 84. It's a nice large throw, not quite a full-size quilt. Personally, I'm a tall girl. I'm 5'11", I'm almost 6 feet tall. I don't waste my time making quilts smaller than this. So it's a really great throw size. As you can see, it is a medallion style quilt. So through our Quilt-Along, we're going to start with the center block, and each month we're going to add a round working our way out. It incorporates a variety of traditional techniques. So if you are an experienced quilter, a lot of the elements of this quilt probably look familiar to you. We're going to be using some really classic blocks, but they're presented in kind of a more contemporary way. I am using Tula Pink's Designer Solids for Free Spirit Fabrics to make this quilt. And I actually have a stack of them here next to me. If you've seen these in person at your local quilt shop, you know how gorgeous and just almost neon bright they are. I love her color palette, and these were some of my favorite shades that I pulled out. Of course, you don't have to use this. We'll get into talking about fabrics a little bit later in the presentation, but I just want to note right out of the gate, those are what I'm using. And like I said, the Quilt-Along is going to be shared on WeAllSew.com. So today is our only actual video webinar presentation going along with the Quilt-Along. Everything from this point out is going to be a written tutorial on our blog. So when I look at quilt patterns, I always like to know where the names of things comes from. That's just interesting little fact. I like to know those little things. So when I was designing this quilt and looking at the color palette and the different kind of design elements, the orange peels, those drunkard's path blocks coming together, they look like little peaches to me. It felt very fresh and was thinking fruity and citrusy. And so one of my favorite citrus fruits is passion fruit. They're sweet and tangy and kind of tropical feeling. And in looking at this plant, I looked at the flower that it creates, which I thought was really interesting. It's a kind of a weird flower, but it also reminds me of a medallion because it has that kind of mandala look to how the petals and everything come together. And the Latin name for that is Passiflora. So that's where the name comes from. So like I said, we're going to start with the center block on this quilt. It is a traditional square and a square block. But with that, we're going to talk about techniques that are going to help you along the way in piecing this block. So one part of that is that we're going to have some bias edges in there, which for beginners and for anybody, working with those can be a little bit tricky. So I'm going to share some tips along the way in tackling those bias edges. And then our first round around the center block is orange peels. So we're wasting no time jumping into piecing curves on this quilt. I love an orange peel block. They're so cool and classic, and they are a decent size on this quilt, which helps when you're new to curves. Those finish at, I believe, about 4 to 5 inches. So I know that sometimes piecing curves can be intimidating if you haven't done it before, or maybe you've tried a block that included curves and you struggled and now it's a UFO in the corner. So I wanted to ask our little group here how we feel about piecing curves. So Jeannie, go ahead and throw up that poll that I've created.
My pleasure, Hayley. So all of you should see now the poll saying, how do you feel about piecing curves? So please, as you click on whichever one, are you confident? You're great with them already. Are you nervous? You've tried without much success. Are you just terrified? Absolutely terrified. That's kind of me in some cases, but are you really excited for a new challenge? And I'm thinking it's looking pretty interesting, Hayley, Hayley can't see this from her screen. So while you are answering your poll, it's popping right into mine and showing me the percentages, and I'm going to see if she can maybe guess which one is the best. So
I'm really curious. Our first group today answered very differently than I had anticipated. But I'm going to stick to my gut. I have a feeling that people are intimidated by curves, that they're kind of nervous to give this a shot.
Well, we are about 87% voted after a minute. Just a couple more seconds for folks to, if they'd like to take a minute more. So I'm going to close the poll and let you know right now, Miss Hayley, that there are 65% excited. I love it. 0 at terrified. That's awesome. And an even split of 17% up. Just jumped up to 21% nervous. A few said, no, maybe I'm not quite so excited. I'm a little bit more nervous. So still, excited is the majority, lion's share. About 20% nervous and a little under 20% confident. They're great with curves. So that's exciting. So my friend Hayley, that sounds like a plan. I'm going to let you take it over from here.
That makes me very happy. I am happy to be very wrong in how I think people are going to answer that question. So if you are excited about learning how to do curves or you feel confident doing them, then I think you're going to have a really good time making this quilt. Get back here. Okay, so our next round is going to be made up of equilateral triangles. So another like really simple and classic block element, but again, we may have some tricky, stretchy edges of the fabric here. So with every round, with every technique that we learn in this quilt, it's not just here's how to piece the block. I'm going to be sharing with you actual tips from the perspective of here's how your Bernina is going to benefit you, and here are the best tools to help make this block go easier for you, not just, you know, put A and B together and sew it up, you know. So it's going to be a really interactive learning process. So our round 3 is the Drunkard's Path block. We also have some little orange peels at the cornerstones on this round. And once again, we've got curved edges here. This block, each like quarter circle of the Drunkard's Path is going to finish at about 5 inches. So they're bigger, gentle curves. So it's going to be a much easier, more forgiving curve to learn on. And we are going to be using templates for this. You don't need to purchase any special rulers or anything. You will have a downloadable template for the months that require them. And those are designed specifically to give you some wiggle room, right? So especially when we're first learning, if you don't stitch it quite exactly right, you're going to have extra fabric to be able to square up and make sure that the finished product still ends up really neat and looking good. And then the last round is flying geese. Flying geese are one of my favorite elements in a quilt or a block. These in particular are quite large. They're going to finish at 8 inches by 4 inches. So they piece up really, really quickly. And I'm also going to share some tips on how to batch sew your flying geese so it'll go even faster. So after we finish actually constructing the quilt, all of the different blocks and rows, our final parts of the blog series are going to be details like sashing. We have sashing between the rows here that give it that nice open feeling with some negative space between the rows. We'll talk about quilting, and we will talk about binding and finishing techniques. So the bulk of the Quilt-Along is going to be the construction of the top. We're not going to completely skip all of this stuff, quilting especially, but it's going to be just at the tail end. And for the timeline, the kickoff on the blog is going to be the first week of October. So that first post is going to be very similar to what we're talking about here today. You know, I recognize not everybody has the time to tune into a webinar during the day, or they just prefer to read things rather than watch a visual presentation on them. So that first post is going to be very similar to this. We'll be talking about techniques and fabric and all of that. So the first actual technique post is going to be the first week of November. All of the posts in this series will be posting the first week of the month. And you know, based on the number of techniques and things to cover, we're going to be wrapping up next spring in March or April. So you have a month to complete each row. I think that's a really comfortable, you know, time frame to get things done. You get behind over the holidays, you still have time to catch up. And even if you don't finish exactly on time with us on the blog, it's going to live there forever, so you can finish it up at your leisure. So the fabric requirements for this quilt are listed here. I have listed the actual color names that I used for the Tula solids. So you could make this exactly as I have and have yours match mine. But if you don't want that, if you have a different color palette in mind, or you want to use up what's in your stash, the second column of this table is going to let you fill in the color that you're choosing for that placement. So this chart is also included in the handout. It's page 2 on your PDF handout. So page 1 is going to include this outline, which is kind of a paint by numbers outline of the color placement that I've used in the quilt. So you could print out 10 copies and sit down with your colored pencils and see what you like, and then go into the chart and map out exactly what that is so you know how much you need of those colors. I think very visually when I'm trying to plan out a quilt, and so when I'm laying something out, I almost always end up doing it this way. So I wanted to make sure that you guys could do that too. So that's the gist of what we've got going on in the coming months. Like I said, the posts are going to be on WeAllSew.com. We'll get Jeannie on here, so if you guys have any specific questions, feel free to send those in. And just if you have anything that comes up later, there's my contact information, my email address, and Instagram. I know not everybody is diligent about checking email, but a lot of us are on social media all the time. So that's an easy way for you to get a hold of me.
That was perfect, Hayley. And interestingly enough, the questions that we did have this morning have just been covered in this one. There are no questions from the group as it stands right now. I think it's exciting, though, that you got this launch, this new project. The colors are just dreamy. They kind of, like you said, remind me of fruit, yummy, yummy fruit, and just a little bit of a floral touch as well. So, folks, if you have questions, you've got Hayley's information right there. I believe Julie Bridgman set up this webinar. If you have any concerns or questions about logging on or the after information, feel free to reach out to Julie, or you may contact me. My email is jcook, JCOOK, at BERNINAUSA.com. Still no questions, Ms. Hayley? I think we're good. Thank you to everyone who took their time to join us this afternoon. Hayley, you're going to have some fun, and I think there are going to be some pretty amazing quilts at the end of the, first quarter of next year.
I know, and I need to talk to Elise, our social media manager. We should get a little hashtag going so people can share their projects online, because as fun as it is for me to make the quilts, I want to see what everybody else is doing with it too. So
such color schemes. Well, go forward, quilt along, and enjoy your Berninas. Thanks, folks. Have a good day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Hayley.
Thanks, Jeannie.
Thank you. Bye-bye.